We'll now open the Revere Licensing Commission meeting. We'll hold the meeting until we'll hold a vote on the minutes until Commissioner Guanasso arrives. Item number one is Hazmat Ralph doing business as Express Food Shops. Okay. Seeing that he's not here, we'll table that. Item number two, we're gonna wait. Okay. Item number three is a show cause hearing. MFRP doing business as Esquire. That's been postponed until the May meeting, pending further details. Application for transfer of a common victualers license, Nick's Place and Bistro, 169 Squire Road. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Nick's Bistro, 169 Squire Road, Revere, Mass. Great.
And can you tell us exactly what you're going to be doing?
I'll keep everything same. Actually, the owner is opening another business in other city, so basically I'll be taking care of for him.
So it's the ownership's going to remain the same. So this is a change of manager, or is it you're actually taking control of it?
Change of ownership also.
Change of ownership as well. Okay. And can you give us a little background on your experience? Do you work there currently?
I'm working in a restaurant with my father and my uncle in 7 years.
Okay.
My father currently have a restaurant in Tewksbury City. It's called Jimbo's Roast Beef. And my uncle, they're all in family business, in the pizza place. They have Giovanni's in Methuen, Giovanni's in Haverhill.
Okay, and you've had experience at working
yes.
in all those establishments?
Yes, 7 years.
Okay, 7 years. Okay. And you've gone through all the necessary inspections,
yes,
and we've got acceptance on all those. Perfect. All right, excellent. And what do you plan to do in the way of hours? How long do you expect to stay open?
The timing is the same from 10 to 10:30, from
10 to
7
10.
days a week.
Okay, great. Okay, and the footprint of the restaurant, tables, all that will remain the same?
Everything, yes.
Okay, great. I don't have any other questions.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, let me at least state for the record, first off, that when we do take the vote, if the vote is a tie, we'll have to table it until Commissioner Guanasso gets to weigh in. Having said that, are there any proponents that want to speak on behalf of this establishment? Hearing and seeing none, are there any proponents that want to speak on behalf of this establishment? Hearing and seeing none, is there a motion on the table?
A motion to approve the transfer of license.
I'll second that motion. Your license has been approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 5 is Calixto Inc. doing business as Bridge Pizzeria.
Yes.
Great. Can you state your name and address for the record, please?
Calixto Inc. doing business as Bridge Pizzeria. It's 800 Washington Ave, Revere, Massachusetts.
And your name?
My name is Shane Truskevich.
Great.
I
And
represent the business owner, Clara Santos.
okay. And your role in Bridge Pizzeria will be what?
Manager.
Manager. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And can you tell me a little bit about what your plans are?
We bought the old Giorgio's facility. We renovated it. Everything's brand new, state of the art. We just spent close to $500,000 fixing the place up, all new electrical, plumbing, everything. Brought everything up to code. We will be doing a roast beef shop, plus pizzas, subs, sandwiches, salads, a little bit of pasta. It's essentially a pizza shop with deliveries, fast food.
Okay. And what do you anticipate the hours to be?
10 a.m. to 11 p.m.
10
a.m. to 11 p.m.
11 p.m. Okay, great. And seating?
Seating, 24 seats.
24 seats. And so this is basically a new diagram of the facility?
I'm sorry?
This is a new diagram that you provided to the
Correct.
to the commission? Okay, great. And experience in that business?
Between myself and the owner, almost 40 years. This would be our fourth restaurant, building and reopening.
Okay. And my understanding is at this point in time that you don't have final sign-offs by all of the inspectional services?
My final inspections were all done, finished today. I should have a certificate of occupancy this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Okay. Questions?
Yeah, parking, are there more seats than the previous?
No, with our meeting with the building inspector, plan review was we had to maintain the original capacity of 24. We couldn't go over that. That was based on parking.
Okay.
It's
So the parking's
fairly limited parking.
Parking's limited in the front?
Correct.
Okay, okay. Does that concern you guys? I mean, I know I drive past there a lot. It's a tough, tough to get in and out of there. There's only 4 or 5 spots, sometimes 6, I think.
I think it's 6.
6.
Yeah.
And then you got delivery people are going to be.
Yeah, all my employees will be parking off-site.
Okay. You has to cross the street. They'll allow you to park over there.
No, we don't plan on parking over there. We don't actually have the exact parking set up yet, but we've spoken to the people at Squire to allow us to park a few of our employees' cars over there.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's still in negotiations.
It is. So I don't think that. No, she was. Yeah, so I guess that's the only. I mean, I don't think parking is a problem with approval from the building departments and stuff. Correct on these things, Joe?
What's that?
Parking's not an issue from our perspective.
No, as long as approval is being given by the inspectional services, that doesn't
Okay.
it doesn't appear to be an issue for me.
Yeah. There's going to be no request for there's no request for alcohol, beer and wine.
No,
something
no.
like that. All right.
No, our primary point of business will be delivery.
Okay.
Deliver.
It's going to be busy over there with the new Harley Davidson going in.
Well, with all the money we just spent, we got to be busy because
Yeah,
if we're not,
that's good.
we're in a lot of trouble.
It's good considering the amount
Good
of money
luck.
you invested.
I have no more questions.
Okay. Having said that, if the board approves it, it'll be conditioned upon acceptance by the inspectional services.
Yeah, they still got to sign their paperwork and get it over to you guys?
Yeah, yeah. And then once that happens, then you can open up, assuming that we vote on it. Are there any proponents that want to speak on behalf of the establishment? Hearing and seeing none, are there any opponents that want to speak on behalf of the establishment? Hearing and seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve the license pending approval by the inspectional services.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You're all set. License approved. Good luck.
So my next step, we just wait for inspectional services and then...
Yeah, as long as all the inspections.
Maggie, we're all
Yep.
set.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Has Express Foods Shops arrived yet? No. And, okay, so communication dated 3/13/14 from Massachusetts State Lottery Commission, a notification that Exito Multi-Service 85 Shirley Ave will be selling Keno to go. Communication dated 2/14/14 from Kudo Management Group LLC, informing the License Commission of the closing of Revere Donuts LLC, Dunkin' Donuts, 649 Squire Road. Licenses renewals for 2014, common victualers, Amora Callahan and Avery Shenna doing business as Banana Boat, 700 Beach Street. Sayer Market, Food Market Inc., 35 Everett Street. Uncle Nino's Restaurant, 313 Park Avenue. Ardian Papuccio doing business as Dina's Roast Beef and Seafood, 364 Broadway. Mary Dedrick DBA Heidi's Place, 864 Winthrop Avenue. RCP LLC doing business as Subway, 570 Broadway. Dia LLC doing business as Subway, 339 Squire Road. And Liberto's Pastry Shop, Inc., 208 Broadway. Parking lot CBW Leasing LLC, 190 VFW. All in favor of the motion on the table to approve the renewals?
Motion to approve.
Second on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those licenses have been approved. You want to go it alone?
Two minutes.
Okay.
I apologize.
No problem. Why don't we,
Wait 2 minutes.
really?
That's because of the grandkids.
Mm. So approval of the minutes of December 19th, 2013, January 6th, 2014, January 22nd, 2014, January 29th, 2014, and February 13th, 2014. Wow. February 19th, 2014, and March 12th, 2014, and March 20th, 2014. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the meetings.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting on all those dates just announced.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'll approve those meeting minutes.
Good.
Yes, next meeting will be scheduled for Wednesday, May 28th, 2014 at 3 o'clock. And we'll now call Wonderland Entertainment LLC doing business as Wonderland 1290 North Shore Road
Deep breath.
for a show cause hearing. Give yourself a second, Mr. Delpedio.
You want some water?
Sorry.
That's all right.
Well,
Well, so from our standpoint, we haven't. I'm going to have Lieutenant Randall weigh in from the Revere Police Department in terms of how things have gone for the last 90 days. Lieutenant Randall.
As far as the Revere Police Department is concerned, I've searched the logs for all the weekend nights that the Wonderland's been open. I've spoken to the officers working the shift as well as the officers working the details at the establishment. And as far as I can see, everything's gone very well during their rollback time. They've closed when they were supposed to. They seem to be avoiding any major problems. Nothing really jumped out of the logs as happening, causing a problem, causing a lot of response from the Revere Police Department there, which is, what we're looking for.
Right.
So from our point of view, things seem to be getting better at Wonderland.
Excellent. So can you give us a sense for some of the things that you've changed in making this a little bit more palatable in terms of what's been taking place at the club?
Well, right from the beginning, safety has always been our number one thing. Mm-hmm. And we've beefed up on that everywhere we can. And totally, we've taken some events, and there are some events that we haven't taken, that maybe we might have taken before. So, last time I believe I heard the board quite clear. And that's what we're trying to do, is to make sure that, we're going to follow the rules with you guys, and to make sure that Wonderland is a place that will be safe and that everybody will be happy.
Great.
It's not an easy job over there. It's a big place.
No, we recognize that. I mean, I recognize that it will come, any business that has alcohol, comes some sense of, it's just part of that business. And And so I recognize that, and we try to take that into consideration. By the same token, when it starts to tax the police department and neighborhood and things like that, then obviously it becomes a concern for me.
We felt, the rollback, we felt how much it hurt our business.
Mm-hmm.
And if that was to continue, we would have to close. But so we've been trying very hard to make the city of Revere happy and the board and to try to keep the owners happy too. So it's a...
It's a balancing act, yeah.
It really is.
Okay. So some of the events that you've had, you haven't experienced any issues with people leaving on, getting people out on time in there. I know because in talking with you guys the last time, one of the things that I was concerned about was people getting their coats and things like that. Now obviously we're not going to have that in the summertime, but so obviously you made allowances for that because we haven't had any issues.
Well, you made the rules and we had to follow them, and because we really need that license back to continue with our business.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's been so many acts that wanted to come in that would not book with us because of the 12 o'clock. The bands had to be off at 12, and so we lost a good amount of business. So we don't want it to happen again.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have any questions.
Yeah. So you initially said you kind of turned a few away because there could have been a risk.
Yeah.
Give me an example of them versus another type of a venue that you would. Why did you turn them away? What did you see in that?
Well, sometimes we get hip hop artists that want to come in, and if we feel we can handle it, great. If we feel it could be a risk, I'm not going to take the risk. So I've talked to the owners, and they said, Chuck, if that's what you think we should do, let's stay on that track. Most of the times you know what you're going to get, but sometimes there are things that come up that you just didn't bargain for.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they can say, well, we're doing this, and they come in and all of a sudden it's a little bit different. So we're trying to be...
So it's you. So at the end of the day, you make the final decision on whether or not that, that
I
is
will
going to happen.
I will call the owners, and I will speak with them, and they'll say this, this, and this, and then we'll have a voice on it, and we'll make the vote, and then we'll do it.
So the buck stops at your level, correct?
It really does.
Okay. And you've been doing this a long time, so you
33 years.
Yeah, so you know what's out there, what's causes. Okay.
Very good idea.
That's where it all starts. That's doing the filtering and doing a little work up front. Say if they're going to be a risk, we can't take that chance to have this for that money we're going to get, but we could. So that's where it all starts. So I think it sounds like you're right on top.
It's been a little bit of trial and error here, to make sure that I understand the board and understand the City of Revere Police Department, but we're doing our very best to try to accommodate everybody.
I mean, I think you've certainly demonstrated that based on what we've heard from the police department, and
we're just
applaud you
regular
for
guys
that.
making a living.
Yeah, I understand. And I think the last thing we want to do is hurt businesses, and I think we've demonstrated that we want establishments to thrive in the city. So.
Thank you so much for waiting for me too. I do apologize.
All right. So having said all that, I would make a motion to reinstate the closing time to be 2 a.m. Just as we said before, just be mindful of the closing time when bands are supposed to be off, making sure that proper things are taking place. Oversight in the parking lot and those types of things. If you
Without that coat room right now, it's going to help a lot.
With that, I'm sorry?
Without the coat room now, it's going to help a lot.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it will.
It surely will.
Is there a second to that motion?
Yeah, before I second, so So I guess, Sean, is there anything else that you can add in terms of, I know things have been quiet for 3 months, but anything you can add? Charlie, say that.
Oh, as long as, as long as they understand the rules that they've been following for 1 o'clock will now be expended at 2 o'clock, and everyone out of the building by 1 will now be everybody out of the building closed by 2. Everything's going to stay the same, just 1 hour later, and hopefully things continue to go smooth down there.
Yeah, because we rely on their feedback, so.
I understand that.
So I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page.
The Revere Police Department's been very fair with us.
Great. Yeah.
Very fair.
Great.
Did you make a motion?
Yes, I did. I made a motion to roll ahead the hours back to 2 a.m.
Okay, I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
And Express Foods, they have not appeared. They have not appeared. Having said that, I'll make a motion. Next meeting will be scheduled for Wednesday, May 28th, and I'll make a motion to adjourn today's meeting.
Second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.